I decided I'm going to commit to my first ramp test today, and I'm bricking it. I'm looking forward to it. So this is definitely one of the more budget Zwift setups you're going to see. It's a little bit homemade, let's call it that. You know, I've got the fan just to give me a little bit of a crosswind there. You know, just to simulate some real life conditions. I'm going to be running the power off my crank. So it's a left-sided 4-eye power meter. The reason why I'm not using the kicker snap is it's a real pain to calibrate it every time, so I never bother really. I just use it for the resistance and, you know, being able to use Zwift and etc, etc. And that way it means that I know what power I need to do when I go outdoors. Right, getting myself in the mood for this one now. I'm starting off just 20 minutes, just getting the legs spinning before I go ahead and start this test. I'm going to try and pay as little attention as possible to my heart rate too. Because I know from watching a few people that it can be a bit off-putting if you see your heart rate soar. You think you're near the end, but maybe there's a little bit left. Right guys, so I think it's about time we got this ramp test loaded up. I think I've stalled long enough. So find on here, we're going ramp test. Alrighty, 5 minutes free riding. That's what we are starting with, so it's pretty much just what I've been doing actually, to be honest. Yeah, so you can kind of see on the screen there, if you don't know what a ramp test is, you basically start at 100 watts and you go up in 20 watt until you can't go no more. And then after that it takes a percentage, I think it's 75%, and that is going to be for a new FTP. So I'm going to finish out, we'll get through the boring stuff, and then obviously there's going to be a point in this ramp test where you are not going to hear a single word out of me, that's for sure. So I will catch you in about 5-10 minutes or so.
So right around this point I was still doing pretty well at about 320 watts. Feels like I could keep pushing on the pedals nicely and I was in control of the watts, they weren't in control of me. And then that jump up to 360 started to feel really, really tough. And I was still going okay, but then when we started to hit the 380, I knew I was going to have to start digging really, really deep. I can hold a 180 heart rate for quite a long time, but when it starts getting to 185, I know I wasn't looking at my heart rate, but when it does get around that, I'm generally pretty toast. It means I'm digging really, really deep. And it's just around this sort of point that I'm starting to consider getting up out of the saddle, because I'm really struggling to maintain these watts. You can see my cadence is getting super high. Yeah, and then just at that point there, I knew that was going to be my last card I was going to play, was getting up out of the saddle. Then absolutely classically as normal, the second I'd given up, I thought, maybe I could have done a little bit more. But in truth, this is probably about right for me. I was pretty toast. I know I can't hold 400 watts for that long anyway, so
oh my God.
Yeah, it was always going to get really, really difficult around that point. There you go, 290 watts. So technically my FTP on my intervals ICU is 275, so
oh my God, well, what can I say about that? Well, I really wanted to get to the end of that 400 watts segment, but it just wasn't there. I'm gonna get my excuses out right now. So got a little bit of fatigue in my legs from the leg extensions and deadlifts I did yesterday, but I pushed myself pretty hard. I don't think there's much more left in that. I'm just doing the cool down now. But man, what a brutal test. I think quite good. It's probably quite a good thing to do. It definitely told me something about watts that I probably didn't know as well as I thought I did, which is once you go over a certain point, it's a real, the timer is on as to how long you're going to last. And there's really a tipping point. I think for me it was between that jump from 320 to 340 was the difference between me being able to stay on top of the pedals or really feel like I'm having to push and chase. So yeah, I mean that was tough, quite good fun. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, please give it a like. Let me know if you want me to do it again. Let me see where we are on this training block. We're 4 weeks in. Should we do this in 8 weeks? 8 weeks time. Do you want an update RAM test? Yeah, so anyway, I look forward to hearing from you. Take care. I almost forgot. I know people that love Zwift love to see power graphs. So actually, you know what? 344 for 5 minutes. That's not too bad. That's probably the most I've done this year. I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty good. There you go. There is the graph. Let's see. Ooh, hang on. What is that? So close. I'm not sure. Zwift, can you please redesign this thing? Oh, hey. New 6-minute power. I'll take that. 337 watts for 6 minutes. I'll take that. That's really not too bad for me. I'm pretty happy with that.